Okay, so in order for you to have that quality zone, because there are zones that are tradable and there are zones that's not tradable, right? You have to be able to identify the best zones. Now, we spoke about basing candles, having a nice base, not too many candles. Now, just as important as the base, or maybe even more important, we have the move away. Simply put, the impulse away, right? So, yes, we would have our rally. Let me get this right. Our rally base, right? Now, what we want is to see a nice clean move away, what I would call extended range candles, right? It simply means if the market is bullish, you want to see at least two strong Maribosi candles moving away from your base, right? So this would be a base coming up. You would want to see something like this, right? Two strong candles moving away from that zone. Now, why, right? Because that tells you the strength of the move tells you a lot. Basically, the faster and further the market moves away from your base, the stronger it's gonna be once it comes back to touch your entry to leave, right? If you have a base that's has a bunch of small basing candles leaving the zone, leaving the zone very slowly, that's not the trade you want to take. You want to take the trade that leaves the departure, that leaves the zone, that departs from the zone very quickly with a strong candle, right? And you want the market to stay away from the zone for at least one candle. Major rule, right? We call it the consolidation away rule. Let's say this is your first candle that departs. If the very next candle comes back to the zone is not tradable. You need the market to stay away for at least one candle, and then the second candle could come down and you could get your entry to go long, right? Now, rule of thumb, your impulse away should always be two times the length of your base, right? Simply put, if this is your base, then your move down should be two times this the size of your base in order for the trade to be high probability, right? So I would say this is two times, right? And now that you have an impulse away to at least two times the length of your base, then you could feel more confident once the market retraces that the trade is going to work out, right? So take for example, we had this rally base and on a 30-minute time frame, but we had a nice strong extended range candle, right? Two extended range candle. It simply means two candles that are bearish that's going down, right? One, two. It didn't pull back. It extended its range. So now when the market came back to retest this base right here, sometimes we enter a little bit early because not all the time the market comes back to retest the base. Right, once the market came back, you could see it had this strong move away, giving a phenomenal risk to reward, right? A phenomenal risk to reward. And these are the type of trades, we want to catch. Low risk, high reward. So remember, at least two extended range candles away from the zone. One candle needs to stay away from the zone before it retraces back. And the impulse needs to be two times as long as the base, right? Simply put. Okay, so let's see if we can find a bad example so you know what not to take, right? So maybe you would look at this and think, okay, this might be a base. First of all, it has too many candles, and look at the move away. The impulse away was very, very poor, right? Now this would be considered a base too. We had a drop, base, two basing candles, rally, right? We had one extended range candles, one extended range candle, and then a few smaller candles moving away. But when the market came back to retest that zone, we could see we had a nice impulse up. And also the move away from the base, the departure was 2 times the length of the base, right? So that's that. Let's hop on to the next lesson.